Julien really cares about Antihero, and Cardiel really cares about Antihero, and they're fucking passionate about it, and they don't get tired of it. They don't get lazy. So it starts at the top, and it just trickles down. And if you run out of ideas or just become exhausted or have other priorities, then you'll go find something else to do. It's something that I'm passionate about and really love, and I don't want to find anything else to do. I want this feeling to last forever. You know, John Cardiel fucking mattered then, man. Like, everybody cared about everything that he did. And the team that they put together, everybody cared about all those guys, including guys they'd never heard of. Before, no one even knew Bob Burnquist's last name, and he was winning contests. They called him Bob Nar. They didn't know how to pronounce his last name, but it fucking mattered. And so the pressure was on for me and for the art department to, like, not drop the ball and to uphold that vision. So, you know, looking back on it now, it's it's still such a tremendous honor to be associated with that brand and to still be working with them all this time later, and to not be out of gas, because that's rare. You look at all these companies that came up around the same time, and most of them are cooked. And even the ones that are still putting shit out, their shit sucks most of the time. I don't know how else to put it. Like, you can tell the companies that still have gasoline in the tank. You can tell the companies that still have a vision and a passion. And you can tell the other ones that are cashing checks and distracted and mailing it in and just rotating the logo on their board. And so, you know, if anything, I'm just more proud to be part of something now that has been around for a long time. And I'm old. And we're still not resorting to that.
How does that happen? How does it happen that a team of people, a company, a brand can survive generational shifts, changes in popularity, changes in what's cool, changes in the trends, but you're not really changing like what Antihero is about. You're not really changing like the videos from like Fucktards, Cow, Cash Money Vagrant, Destination Unknown. Maybe the cameras get like slightly better, and then like, but the rest is like, it's the same feeling. The logo is the same. Even like the little handwriting that's used on the ads or put into the videos, it's the same shit. How does that resonate with so many people over so many different years?
Well, that consistency and that quality, it starts with Julien Stranger. It's Julien and John and their vision and their quality control. And so, you know, I don't get to mail it in. I don't get to get lazy and do some mediocre graphics or some half-baked idea, because Julien will call me out on it. And like, I'm still that 26-year-old that doesn't want to let him down, you know? And so I'm constantly pushing myself to not suck because the bar is set so high. Yeah, I'm old. I had already been at Deluxe for a couple years by the time Antihero started and when Fucktards came out. So that pigeon that's on the front of that box, the pigeon that's in that video, that was the pigeon that was the inspiration for the pigeon logo, you know? So it was just this small little thing.
So it was the pigeon and then it was the eagle.
Yeah. And so, you know, the pigeon was probably like maybe the third or fourth sort of, or second or third maybe sort of logo for Antihero. And internally we liked the way it looked. Like, it looked good and just looked so strange on a board, like this greasy, burned out San Francisco street pigeon, but it didn't like sell like hotcakes. And so it was funny. So the guy who ran the company at the time, this guy Jeff Clint, he was kind of like the general manager of Deluxe. He was a graphic artist. He waited. This is like 97. No one has cell phones. He waited till the Antihero and Real teams were on a road trip and out of phone range, and he came in and he said, "Hey Todd, we're gonna fuck the pigeon. Just, it's out of here. Or let's come up with something new, something like tough and American, something that more people can relate to, because the pigeon's just weird." And I like the pigeon, but like, that's my boss talking. So that's what led to the eagle.
He had to wait until the others were out of town. For what reason? You don't think they would have been down? Or
I'll tell you the exact reason. It's the same reason today. Julien has final say in everything, and he'll say no to anything that he doesn't agree with. And so if Jeff had said, "Hey, Julien, we're getting rid of the pigeon. It's time for something else," he would have said, "No, I like the pigeon." So we probably wouldn't have ever even had the eagle had he not gone on the road trip. And Jeff saw an opening where he could sneak something through without having to ask for Julian's permission. Because I'm pretty sure Julien would have said, nah, that sounds like shit.
So you drew it out.
Yeah. Jeff and I, we were going through tattoo books looking for some sort of inspiration. We saw some eagle tattoos that we liked, and then then I just grabbed the pencil.
Am I wrong, or has it not changed pretty much at all?
It hasn't changed at all. It's it hasn't changed at all. It's the same. It's the same drawing from 1997.
Bro, let me take this time to fucking say that logo is so iconic that I don't really know how to put into words how iconic it is, but I'm gonna tell you this. There was like a DVS demo at my local park years ago, indoor park, and we had a local ripper who fucking killed it on transition, like for real though. Like he was nasty, good style, could do every trick ever, super fast, everything. My fucking mom and grandma came because they didn't want their 12-year-old son going to this shithole where there's like people who are like just everywhere all gnarred out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I go there.
They're probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go there, and there's the local ripper, and this park is like almost on some, like, it's not on some Skatopia shit, but it's like some of the ramps are fucked up. And like there's like death ramps and shit that you'll just get fucked up on. I remember there was a quarter pipe that had no skate light on top of it.
Yeah.
So and people would still just go right into it, like use it to transfer, whatever. And this dude was there, and my grandma and mom were like on one side of the park, and there was like a bowl on the other side. He came up with a crazy frontside air, grabbed his board, came back in. He was shirtless, long ass hair, mad sweaty. Boom, did the grab. They seen the eagle logo.
Flash the logo.
They seen the eagle logo. Yo, I went home with them, and they were like, they speak Spanish.
Yeah.
My grandma only speaks Spanish. And she was like, yo, who is that eagle man?
Right.
Who's that eagle man? They just kept calling him Eagle Man. To this day, they still remember, and they call him Eagle Man.
That's great.
And I'm like, bro, that's because of the fucking anti-hero logo.
Right.
That's, if they can see that and they don't forget it, and they just saw it for a flash, that logo's fucking powerful. And it's kind of crazy that it just came out the way that it did. Like you had to like go through, like sneak behind Julien Stranger, tattoo book, drew it one time, and it was, in my opinion, perfect.
Well, thanks. It's a good thing that guy didn't do a grind instead, or we wouldn't be having this conversation. Yeah. You'd be talking to the guy who created Wet Willie right now.
So crazy. Is it wild to look back on that time period of you getting that job and doing all this?
It's, I feel very lucky, you know, and you know, I think about it all the time, and also I sort of have to, because unlike most people, I haven't grown up. You know, like I'm still doing the same stuff I was doing when I was for a living, when I was like, you know, whatever, 26 or something, you know? And so I think about it a lot. And as I have a lot of friends who are artists, and met a lot of people that are frustrated artists, and the fact that I was lucky enough to find a home for my weird vision and weird sense of humor or sensibility, whatever you want to call it, it's unbelievably fortunate.